So the power of questions. As human beings, we are wired to ask questions, to wonder, to think about things, to say what if, to say why, how, when, who. We start it as soon as we can speak, and we drive our parents crazy, and our children revenge on behalf of our parents and drive us crazy with their questions. But we don't ever stop asking. It's a natural thing. Even Angels Ask is the title of a book by Dr. Jeffrey Lang. And in that book, he talks about the fact that angels asked Allah, why would you create human beings? They are going to be on earth and cause trouble. It would be like a child say, Mommy, why did you have to allow that boy come and visit? He's just a troublemaker. They asked Allah that question. When Maryam was told she would have a child, she asked the angel, how is it possible? No man has touched me. Ibrahim alayhi salam asked Allah, how do you raise the dead? And when Allah said, don't you believe? He said, it's not that I don't believe, but liyatoma inna qalbi. Just I want my heart to be at peace on this issue, because I wonder about it. And we wonder about a lot of things. What is death like? What is life after death like? And if you say Allah was not created, so what was there before him? I remember asking this question when I was a teenager. I still clearly remember lying in bed one night, I couldn't sleep, and I was trying to picture infinity. The universe goes on forever. Allah wasn't created, he has always existed, but there must have been a time before him. I remember asking, but I didn't dare open my mouth to ask anyone such questions. But we must teach our children to be comfortable asking questions, even the tough ones. And we must be comfortable hearing the questions, even when we don't have the answers. Because to ask sometimes doesn't mean we are rebelling or rejecting. Sometimes it really means we are wondering about it. We are trying to wrap our minds around a concept or an idea. And it wasn't until recently that I began, 10 minutes, okay. Are you sure that clock isn't too fast? It wasn't until recently that I began to articulate answers for myself to some of those questions, because some students asked the same questions. And though I had come to find peace in myself, I needed to articulate it for somebody else. The understanding that if there are things you haven't experienced, you can hardly understand them. And to be okay with that. Not to be so arrogant in our minds that we must have all the answers for our kids. Honestly, sometimes look at a child. By child, I mean a teenager, a 5-year-old, a 20-year-old, and say, I wonder about that too. Honestly say it to the child, so the child knows this isn't shirk, this isn't a bad thing. Teach them by asking them questions. Let the questions they ask you tell you what they need to know at that point in time.